6 days till Sunday.
Sorry. What kind of person goes on a weekend hiking trip and packs 3 bottles of sparkling cranberry juice and no Band-Aids?
With thousands of kilometers from Trader Joe's.
So
I couldn't pack any less than 3 bottles of sparkling cranberry juice. If I packed 2 and one got broken, I'd still have 1 bottle, but then I'd have to ration it. With 3 bottles, I can be comforted by the knowledge that if I break 1, I still have 2 to spare.
what if you still have 1 bottle?
Yeah, but I actually just packed 4.
What bottles of cranberry juice? Jesus, this is making a different color from the not looking at Jazz the domain. If most of miracles could be the difference between life and an agonizing death. You didn't run the rest of the first day, didn't you?
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
That was just for emergencies.
Oh God, no antibiotics, no surgical tape, no butterfly clips, no antiseptic wipe, no cotton buds, no cotton swabs, no painkillers.
Is this an emergency?
It's a disaster!
That's close enough.
We can't be here without a medical risk. It's too risky, but actually they can focus on the challenge.
Well, I mean, relax. I'm sure the only people who die in the wilderness are the ones who actually go out in it. I mean, what could possibly happen to us if we stayed the night in this ridiculously quaint cabin? Hey, this is a pretty nice view. Somebody needs to do something about the trees, though. I like trees, but only in moderation.
I'm not going to forgive you for this, Lou. I was looking forward to camping outside under the stars. The sky, my roof, the dirt, my mattress, the campfire reverse cycle heating system, no fast food joints, no traffic jams, no
Dead people.
Yeah, it's really fun to have someone like this. He doesn't love my job, but it can be costing so much to have somebody.
Dead people.
Live wasn't paid for them.
There are dead people in this cabin. I'm hungry. What do we bring to eat?
Is that all you can say?
What? Skeletons aren't really my thing. I prefer dogs.
I'm going to go to place. No reception.
No. These skeletons look antique. For all we know, they could be thousands of years old.
They're wearing Reeboks.
See? I told you! Nobody wears Reeboks anymore. You know, this beanie right here reminds me of one I saw in a telemovie once. There were 2 friends, they went on a hiking trip, and then they got lost. There was one SOS call and then nothing. Craig McLaughlin played the guy, Kate Ritchie played the woman. She got nominated for a Logie for it. Her name was Sandy?
Susan?
Yeah, Susan. The guy's name was the type of name that reminds me of Bruce, but isn't Bruce.
Neil?
Yeah, Neil. And these 2 can't be them. They got lost on the other side of the country, in the outback, not in the Blue Mountains.
It's gotta be them. I mean, what are the chances? It's not like Susan and Neil are common names.
Don't let them know what's on them. Everyone's looking for lost ends of things.
Remember them now. It's the biggest news story of 2001. There's loads of conspiracy theories about them. She got mad and murdered him. He got mad and murdered her. They both been murdered by someone else who got mad.
I think they were abducted by aliens in the telemovie.
Incredible. If I hadn't gone to Blister, we wouldn't have broken in here looking for Band-Aids. It's double crossed one of the biggest news stories of recent Australian history.
Might be wood money.
Could win a good citizenship award.
We can get interviewed on TV.
How do you think they died?
Who?
Susan and Neil, the dead people in the corner. They're not lost in the desert. They're here in a safe little cabin.
They could have been taken here and murdered by a serial killer.
There's no blood on the floor, and no broken windows or signs of struggle.
They could have poisoned each other.
There's no signs of any poison around here either.
They could have caught a disease.
A disease?
A deadly airborne infectious disease. I saw a movie one time on TV where Sylvester Stallone played a brilliant molecular biologist. He looked into a microscope one day, saw a virus, and said, "Oh, gee dang it, there goes the entire human race." I'm too. I'm going outside to pitch the tent.
They can't pitch the tent without our medical kit. It's too risky.
Risky? It could be suicide staying in here another second with those two. We could wake up in the middle of the night with aliens ripping out of our intestines. Aliens!
And if we get bitten by a tick from sleeping outside with absolutely no cortisol cream to soothe the bite.
Oh God, I'm freaking out. Do I have a temperature? I think I have a temperature. Do something, Joe! For God's sake, do something!
I'll read the journal. It might tell us what happened to them.
Here, have a swig. It'll make it easier to palate the horrors that are likely to befall us tonight.
I'm allergic to most people who have ideas. Fatally allergic.
Are you?
What is that same conversation at all ago? You asked me if I spoke with languages, and I told you the sensible way to report to like irritable bowel stuff after a meal of visual. And if I drink it, I'll suffer in 7 minutes.
Oh. The way you told the story, it made me think you were allergic to curry.
August 1st of 2001. Every part of my being is being challenged psychologically and physically with excruciating intensity.
I'm not really sure how much longer I can go on, or how much longer I can take it. At this point, the stars are my only solace from the unrelenting horrors I've faced every day for the last fortnight. This living nightmare. For example, this morning I caught Neil using one of my favorite earrings as a toothpick. I'm cracking up. I don't know how much longer I can take it.
What?
You, cutting your nails like that.
I like my nails to look nice.
You're just letting the nail slippers flick across the room. It's disgusting.
No one's gonna be paying attention to my nails.
If even one journalist notices your freshly cut nails, it'll all be over. We could go to prison for this.
Relax. You got our story memorized by heart.
Prove it. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for my next guest, Neil Solomon. Neil and his gorgeous companion, Susan Smith, survived for 3 weeks against all odds in the harsh Australian desert. Would you call yourself a hero, Neil?
It's a tough question.
Yes or no?
Yes.
For those members of our audience who have not already heard your epic tale of courage, adventure, and terror, please summarize in the next 30 seconds.
Me and Susan were driving across the Nola Bar when our car broke down and exploded with all of our food and water inside. We were hundreds of miles from help and it was over 120 degrees. As the scorching sun beat down on us, me and Susan passed out from dehydration. We should have died, but the next thing I know, cool water was running over my face, soothing my parched lips and skin. I woke up to see us surrounded by a herd of wild camels, and one was urinating on my face.
Were you afraid?
At first, but the camels are only trying to help us. Over the next week, we were accepted into their society and learned to live as even-toed ungulates. And the dominant male, Kinjo, even taught me how to chew the cud and store excess water in my stomach.
Remarkable.
It's a beautiful period in my life. Came to a tragic end.
What is up weird? I can't believe that they decided to do an extreme survival story.
I think it's genius. I mean, the public speaking circuit would have made them both rich people alone.
We finished cold water and sparkling cranberry juice already.
About half of it. A car of drug runners was heading our way. We heard gunshots in the distance. The police later told us they picked up a load of heroin in Darwin and were heading our way. I don't know why, but to this day they had decided to kill us all.
I'm literally and figuratively on the edge of my seat right
The
now.
drug runners were closing in, but at the last moment, Kinjo, the dominant male, charged at the car and caused it to drive over a cliff. Kinjo was injured in his attack. And he died in my arms.
We buried him.
No, we ate him. It made things awkward for the rest of the herd, and we knew it was time to leave. Over the next week, we battled killer sandstorms, feral kangaroos, searing heat, deadly snakes, dehydration, and exposure. It'll all be detailed in our book. We just wanted to taste Grandma's cooking one more time. It's due to release next week.
You must have been terrified.
No, I don't get scared with things like that, but Susan was terrified, shaking with fear. Weren't you, sweetie?
I would never shake in fear. You're the wimp, not me.
If I'm so wimpy, how is it I'm the top scorer in World of Warcraft?
Fine. If you're so brave, you would object to doing this right now.
Now?
Put your legs on this chair and sit completely still. I don't want to miss.
Doesn't have to be now. Oh, I can't do this.
You need to be injured or a story about the drug runners will not be believable.
Why do I have to be the one who gets stabbed?
We drew straws and you lost.
But I'm the only one making any sacrifices here.
Sacrifices? I haven't heard moisturizer for 3 weeks. Do you have any idea how dry and patchy my skin is?
Look at you. No one has ever going to believe that you survived in the outback for that long and still look like that. You know what? I think we should cut off your pinky finger. We'll say Feral Dingo bit it off.
Go away. I'm warning you.
You stabbed me just to keep your runty little pinky finger? I knew it! She stabbed him! $50, please. $50 for what? I won our bet. We never had a bet. Are you calling me a liar?
Yes.
Well, if I'm a liar, I would have said our bet was for $100, which it was. So are you.
I'm very attached to my pinky finger.
Physically attached.
You go to jail for murder.
We're 10,000 miles from where we're supposed to be. No one will ever find your body. I'll bury you in the bush, fly the helicopter out of here, and when they find me crawling across the outback, I'll say serial killer took you.
That is cold, Susan. Really cold. But no one will ever believe a word that you say.
Yes, they will.
No, they won't.
Why not?
No one's going to believe you survived the outback for that long. I talked about this earlier. You look fleshy,
Fleshy?
flabby.
All I need in the last 2 weeks is diet shakes. Positively emaciated.
Again. No one's going to believe you survived the outback for that long and still look like this skinny person that you think you are.
I'm thin. I'm thin. Say I'm thin.
It's a sin to lie. You just stabbed me.
I don't feel well.
You don't feel well? Guess how I feel. Upset.
I have a headache.
You know why I'm upset, Susan?
I feel weak and shaky.
I'm upset because you just stabbed me in the face.
This cabin! We've been stuck in here for weeks. I can't take it anymore.
I know how she feels. We've been in here for 2 hours and I already want to throttle both of you.
You're right. I don't look like I've been clawing my way through the desert for the last 3 weeks. I look like I've been eating my way through an ice cream factory. We both do.
Speak for yourself. I've never looked leaner.
Stop sucking your gun.
Oh, God, what are we going to do? If we don't fly the helicopter over to Kalgoorlie by this Sunday, the whole thing falls over. We'll be sent to prison for fraud and probably have to pay back all the money they've spent on search and rescue for the rest of our lives.
No money, no fame, no line of Survivor sanitary products.
We'll go home. Say it was all just a big misunderstanding.
How are we going to explain where we've been for the last fortnight?
Alien abduction?
Alien abduction. We're in the right minds to believe that. And what about that? Is that call somebody out?
Well, oh God. Oh God. I'm beautiful. What are we gonna do? I'm so beautiful. I'm gonna be so popular in prison. Oh God. Oh God.
A crash diet. Well, you drink nothing until Sunday, but I don't want you folks to lost enough weight to look like sticks.
Sunday, it's 6 days until Sunday.
It's only 6 days.
How will we go for so long without food and water?
Think of it this way. This is 6 days between us and fame and fortune. 6 days between success and failure. We just need willpower.
6 days between me being the darling of the talk show circuit and me being the darling of Cellmate 65.
6 days between me not having a job and me not needing a job.
Be on Celebrity Big Brother.
And today, tonight,
We'll be heroes.
role models,
Survivors.
This is the beginning of the rest of our lives.
So, how will we do it then?
You could sit there against the wall
Just sit there until Sunday?
until Sunday.
You know, when we're rich and famous, we can eat all the food we want.
We can gorge ourselves until we throw up and then gorge ourselves again.
Only 6 days until Sunday.
That's the last entry.
I knew it! They starved themselves to death. They opted as idiots who enlist themselves in plain sight of food and water. When did the human ambition end up as such sad attention-seeking wannabes? You know, this has given me an idea. I mean, maybe we should jazz up our story a bit.
What story?
The story of how we came to find the bodies.
There is story. I got a blister, we broke in here looking for band-aids, we found the bodies.
Well, see, the way I remember it, we were chased here by a pack of wild tigers. Actually, no, Tasmanian tigers.
This isn't Tasmanian. Tasmanian tigers are extinct.
You're still in shock. Your memory's a little fuzzy. Don't you see? This is our ticket out of here. I mean, we could go from chat show to chat show for the next 20 years, retelling our amazing story of courage and survival. We can...
You're drunk and being ridiculous.
They asked me to come hiking with them. When we got far away from civilization, they snapped, pulled out an axe from their backpack, and said they were going to kill me. I just ran. I ran as fast as I could. Far in the distance, I saw a log cabin. I ran towards it, the trees scratching at my eyes. Joe was behind me, the axe held high. I managed to break in, and what did I see? Which made my blood turn to ice? The previous victims, Susan and Neil. Joe cornered me in the cabin and said she had killed them, and laughed that everyone had been looking for them on the wrong side of the country. Then she came for me. I had to fend her off with everything I had. My friends were deranged serial killers.
What?
I'll never forget their eyes, red and bloodshot, like the hounds of hell in the Disney version of Ulysses. They said they liked eating human flesh, with fava beans and a nice Chianti.
I didn't provoke it, officer. He said he wanted to become famous by saying he was bitten by a Tasmanian tiger, but actually he bit himself. He also hit himself. No, I didn't. No, I didn't hurt him. Of course not. I never hurt another human being, apart from Lou. I mean, I killed him. But I didn't mean to kill him. Yes, we were fighting, but it was after he attacked himself. I only attacked him to stop him from attacking himself. And those two just happened to be there. They starved themselves to death to become famous. I don't have the evidence. There's a diary, but Lou ate some of it and threw the rest into the bush because he thought it would get in the way of him becoming famous, and that's why I killed Lou, because he wanted to become famous. And he was going to frame us, and he was very annoying, and he's the one that invited himself on this camping trip. A telemovie? And turn my story into a telemovie? And paid interviews? Who pray would play me? Jennifer Lawrence?
No thanks. Go ahead.